Hi, this is the firebrand Dr. Manoj Kumar Patel. Emulsion subsumes a plethora of products that we use in our daily lives. Milk is one, butter is another, Fuller's Earth clay is one more, and anti-aging cream is another. All these products are intimate mixtures of two phases of materials which hitherto are immiscible. Such products in the broader sense are called the emulsions. We are going to speak about emulsion products in this communication. Emulsions are made up of materials which generally are not miscible with each other. The most common example is oil and water. Water as such or water with water soluble materials could be one of the phases. This is the aqueous phase. Oil is another phase, that is the oil phase. These are two immiscible phases. When these two phases are churned or agitated with high-speed mixers in the presence of an emulsifier, the phase that forms is the emulsion. Since there are two phases in an emulsion, as we discussed earlier, the formed emulsion could be one of the two types, namely the oil droplets as the dispersed phase and the water as the dispersion phase, or the vice versa. Thus, an emulsion will be either A. Oil in water type or B. Water in oil type. In the case of the oil in water type, the water is the continuous layer and the oils are present as droplets. Cream is one of the examples of this type. In the case of the water in oil type of emulsion, the oil is the continuous layer and the water droplets are encapsulated by the oil. Butter is one of the examples of this type. For the purpose of rock blasting, one of the explosives used is emulsion explosive. These explosives are of water in oil type. The water is composed of inorganic salts such as ammonium nitrate. The oil phase is composed of hydrocarbon oils such as the diesel oil. These two phases are mixed with high-speed mixers to form the emulsion. An emulsifier is used to facilitate the formation of this emulsion. Oleates of sorbitol are the most common material used in emulsion explosives. These emulsions are formed by use of different equipments like static mixers, Peterson mixers, jet mixers, and stirrers. It is always prudent to make a small quantity of emulsion in a licensed and authorized laboratory before scaling it up to higher levels. The most common equipment useful to make emulsion in a laboratory is a high-speed stirrer having variable speed. A word or two of caution here is important. Compositions for emulsion products are subject of chemistry, science and technology, but making of emulsion is a pure art or skill. So, it is important to know both about the science as well as the art or the skill. First, well selected immiscible phases of water and oil will definitely form emulsion. That is the confidence part of it. Second, the types and sizes of laboratory wares should be selected very carefully. For example, if the aim of the laboratory experiment is to make an emulsion of 1 kg, then the vessel for making it should be of 3 to 4 kg capacity. The diameter of the vessel should preferably be 200 to 300 mm. More or less it should look like a 5-liter capacity laboratory plastic beaker. Third, maintain both the materials, that is the aqueous as well as the oil phases in the liquid state. Maintain the temperature of both the phases equal or near equal. For example, if the temperature of the water phase is 90 degrees centigrade, then the oil phase should also be maintained at 90 degrees centigrade or at least 15 degrees centigrade higher than the congealing point of the oil phase. Fifth, use of personal protective equipments like laboratory aprons, hand gloves and safety goggles are very necessary. Sixth, keep the mixer or the stirrer in an ergonomically convenient position. Seventh, keep the oil phase below the stirrer in such a position that the mixer blades are dipped inside the oil phase. And finally, the eighth step is the skill step in the emulsion formation or emulsion manufacturing. Keep the revolution per minute or RPM at about 200 and slowly add the water phase into the oil phase. The basic emulsion will start forming. Wait for about 15 seconds, but keep on giving the churning. Then add both slowly and with consistent flow rate, and at the same time go on increasing the revolution per minute or RPM of the motor. The emulsion will get formed. So, finally, the formation of emulsion comes into the expertise of the operator or the chemist. In the next video, we shall discuss more about the water in oil emulsion. See you soon. Thank you for giving a patience hearing. Thank you once again.